everyone. So it has been 7 seasons since gilding became a thing in Destiny, and I want to talk about what I think has been working and what has not been working with this system. Now, before we start, I'm going to make some complaints about this system, and the natural response to a lot of you guys is going to be, oh, Scarab, but you don't have to gild every season. You're forcing yourself to do that. Thanks, great feedback, good stuff, keep it coming. Now that we've got that out of the way, see, that's a joke because that's awful feedback. Anyways, gilding. Let's start with the positives. What I've really liked about gilding. So I have every guild that you've been able to get ever, with the exception of Deadeye. For this season, I haven't done yet because I'm lazy, but I will get that done. I've gilded, Dredgen, Conqueror, Flawless, Deadeye, all of the seasonal event ones, and even Unbroken. I got 6 times. So pretty versed in the gilding, and I want to talk about what I like about gilding. So I really like the idea of gilding showing that you're proficient or you're really dedicated to a certain activity. If you like Gambit, what the hell's wrong with you? But also, more power to you. That's awesome. You're a Dredgen ×7, and you can show that off above your name. That's pretty cool. Now, when it comes to that sort of idea of being proficient or really liking an activity, I think that's where guilds could be expanded a little bit. So for instance, raids don't have guilds currently. And so if we look at something like Kingbreaker, or Kingslayer, sorry, there's not really a guild. And there's a couple things that I think that you could pretty easily add into this to make this seal guildable, and it wouldn't be that bad. So things like, for instance, the Flawless raid is no longer required for the seal. So why not have a guild for the seal where you do the Flawless raid? Let's say you can craft all of the guns as well, because that's not really part of this title. You have to earn all of the guns once, but you don't have to be able to craft them. So say like your gilding Kingslayer title is like, do Kingsfall Flawless. Maybe throw a low man in there. I know low mans are kind of tricky because a lot of them are glitches. Kingsfall is not though, so like you could do it. Crafting every weapon, get Touch of Malice, that sort of thing. And then, you could guild that and you could show like, hey, I spent a lot of time in this raid, highly proficient at this raid. I really like this raid. I think that'd be kind of cool. So a way they could maybe expand it in that way. Now, with that being said, I think guilds personally work better as one-offs. And I know that's kind of weird, or let's say one-offs in like an annual time frame. So I think right now, the best example of guilds that are working, in my opinion, are going to be these event guilds. So things like Flamekeeper that we got for Solstice, or Ghost Rider, or Starbaker. I really like the idea of gilding these because it's not really a chore, or it is less of a chore because you're only doing it once a year. And it's pretty much just like, hey, you're interacting with the event more than most people. Here's a guild. And it shows like, hey, you get the title for, doing the event. You get the guild for like really doing the event. And I think that's kind of cool. And I think that's what guilds, in my opinion, do best, is like really get you to interact with that content in more reoccurring ways than people would normally do. Where I don't think guilds work are kind of the seasonal ones. So for instance, Dredgen is a pain in the ass to get every single season. And there's a couple of factors that play into that. A, Gambit's bad. B, I really wish these triumphs changed. Doing the same 6 guild triumphs every single season is pretty tedious, and it doesn't really add much value to this experience. But if, say, like one season you had to get a triple kill as an invader or some shit, just more dynamic stuff, or like, hey, in this game or in this season you have to kill this primeval a couple of times, like this specific one, or hey, the meatball's back and one of the guilds is to kill the meatball in X amount of seconds or something, just like more fun, challenging things rather than, hey, reset your rank, play 7 hours of Gambit, win 30 games, like these sorts of things, they become more chores instead of fun challenges. Remember, these are called triumphs, right? I don't feel very triumphant when I reset my Gambit rank after hating my life for 4 hours, So I just wish that there was a little bit more nuance to these, and that they were a little bit more unique season to season, and maybe they were a little bit less, hey, if you want this guild, just go turn your brain off and grind for X amount of time. I don't really like those types of things. I like the fun, do this flawless, or that sort of thing, especially when you're doing it season to season. I think that applies for most things like flawless. This becomes a contest, you know, I'm flawless times 7. Every single season, it's not, oh, who can I carry to the lighthouse? It's, oh shit, I better go flawless before my friends so I get free credit for this, you know? And that's just like every season, it's very monotonous. I just wish there were more fun little challenges there. Hey, win 3 rounds as a solar hunter or whatever, or get kills with heavy or something, you know, just something a little bit different, evolving season to season. I think that would be kind of cool. Now, the last thing I really want to hit on is the idea of what's the goal of gilding? You know, I do this every season. I get every guild. I have Gambit times 7. But why? What do I have that a Gambit ungilded or a Gambit times 3 guild, what do I get that they don't? And I really am starting to like the idea of either kind of milestones for gilding or caps for gilding. So either, you know, I would be fine with them capping, like, hey, you can gild this 5 times. When you gild it 5 times, your seal turns a different color. You know, we have retired seals are silver. We have seals that you have currently are gold. Maybe, hey, if you gild dredging 5 times, if you gild it 10 times, it turns into like obsidian or something, you know, or rainbow color or something. And you have maxed out that seal. You get a special color name under your name. So you go from purple is just having the title, orange is seal, maybe rainbow name, or bright blue is, hey, you've completed this seal. You no longer have to worry about gilding ever again. That'd be kind of cool. You know, maybe count that out at 5 or 10. You know, if you gild dredging 5 or 10 times, first off, you're psychotic. And second off, like, I think that in itself deserves, you know, like putting that amount of time into this piece of content deserves some sort of unique cosmetic. It doesn't even have to be maybe the title. Like maybe you get a dredging Gambit themed calling card. That is, you know, I've been hoping for a long time for more animated calling cards. But imagine like a snake, a moving snake calling card. It's like, yeah, I gilded dredging 10 times, and I never have to do it again. And I got this sick cosmetic as a reward. Something like that. I think that would be really cool. I mean, it could be literally as simple as, do I have a crafted weapon? The Gambit memento is, do I have one? Yeah. Is like green snake skin moving. Literally just take that and make it a calling card. And then after you gild the Gambit 10 times, it locks the seal. You never have to gild it again. And then you get a unique cosmetic. And you have completely maxed out dredging. And that way, it stops burnout. It gives you an end goal to shoot for. And it still respects player investment with unique cosmetics that they can show off. So those are my main goods and bads with the gilding system. I will continue to do it. I think, you know, I'm a checklist gamer. You give me something to do, I'll go do it. Most of them, like Iron Banner, I'm actually looking forward to this, you know? The seasonal event ones, and I count Iron Banner, even though that's a seasonal one, but that feels more like an event and it's more fun in my opinion. Reveler, Flamekeeper, these sorts of things, I think they're very fun. I think they're good. I feel like some of the more seasonal activity-based ones could use some caps or tiers with unique cosmetics. I think that would be very cool. And I really would like to see things like raids get their own guilds, one-time guilds, you know, but something that really shows proficiency and time spent in those raids. So let me know what you guys think down below. How many guilds do you have? Do you worry about it every season? A lot of my friends stopped worrying about them. So let me know. Are you the type of person to care about a guild? Is there a specific guild you like? Are there additional rewards you would like to see? Very interested in your thoughts. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe. We're well on the road to 100,000. Love your faces, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everyone.